How you doing, Jersey? Welcome to Ledger Live. I'm here in Red Bank, home to what is billed as New Jersey's biggest fireworks display, held every July 3rd. And I've got good news, bad news, and some great video on the fireworks front for you today. First, we will go with the good news. New York City's Macy's fireworks display, the largest in the nation, usually held on the East River, is moving this year to the Jersey side. That's right, in the Hudson River and along Hudson County. The shoreline, you'll be able to see the Macy's fireworks display, so this is huge for New Jersey. Usually the big New York City fireworks display is hidden behind Manhattan. So now towns along the Hudson County waterfront and even southeast Bergen bracing for probably tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, so great news there. Now for the bad news. The recession that's taking its toll on fireworks displays across New Jersey. Towns like Rahway, Ridgefield Park, Fairfield deciding this year, you know what? When municipal workers are people being laid off and there's furloughs, you just can't spend money on fireworks. Here in Red Bank, where the display is not funded with any taxpayer money, corporate sponsors usually foot the bill. And this year, well, those corporate sponsors just did not come through with the dough. So officials had to come up with a plan B to save the fireworks. I spoke with the head of Red Bank's firework committee to see just how they're going to pull it off. So tell us what happened here in Red Bank this year with the fireworks. Almost had to cancel them, or?
No, we never thought about canceling them, Brian. We never thought about that. We thought about how to save some costs and things like that, as any business does. But frankly, we have zero paid staff, so it's not like we could lay people off like other businesses are able to do.
So this year we went to the corporate donors as usual, and you came up a little bit short.
We've had two primary fundraisers in the past few years. One in April, which we call our cocktail party, and people pay $100 a ticket, and then we have a number of live and silent auction items. And we came in at the end of that day with about 50% less than the prior year. And we said, uh-oh. And then our next big fundraising event, which is our Illumination Wine Dinner, which was held at the atrium at Navesink Harbor, about 6 weeks later in late May, also was quite a bit below budget. So we said, we really have a problem. And we'd been already thinking what we're going to do. And so we said, what's our biggest asset here? Besides this terrific amphitheater location, it's the 100,000+, the police estimate 150,000 people who see the show. And we said, you know, if they each just gave $1, we'd be there.
You're going to pass the hat.
We are literally going to pass the bucket.
All right.
And we have a team of 60 volunteers. We put out the word that we needed some help, and it was overwhelming, Brian. We actually had to turn some people away because we didn't have enough buckets and spaces and things like that. But so we have a team of 60 volunteers and teams of 3 that are going to be working through the crowds on tomorrow night, and basically asking people to kick in for Kaboom. And I really think it's the model for the future, because it is something that the public enjoys. I mean, Red Bank is 12,000 people. The taxpayers shouldn't have to bear the 100,000+ people that come into town.
All right, put a few bucks in the bucket, save the fireworks.
Kick in for Kaboom.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Brian.
You've heard of the Garucci's, right? The famous fireworks family. Well, forget about the Garucci's. New Jersey has its own first family of fireworks, the Santori brothers. Their company, Garden State Fireworks, has been putting on displays for generations. They're doing it the way their grandfathers and great-grandfathers from Italy did it. Any minute now, their barges should be moving in here with Red Bank's fireworks display on board. And they say despite the recession and town scaling back, they're doing just as well as ever. We're going to leave you today with a video that shows you how the Santori brothers do it. Check it out and take it easy, Jersey.
I gotta be cool, relax, get hip, get on my track, take back a hitchhike, take a long, long ride on my motorbike until I'm ready. Crazy little thing called love.
Fireworks are a seminal part of July 4th celebrations, like parades and carnivals, garden burgers, and apple pie. Last weekend in Montville, the sky was bright during a pre-holiday fair.
Sure, but there's a great tradition, especially here in this town, and you can see there's hundreds of people that are just enjoying something like this. And
because of the recession, it will be dark in some towns this holiday.
That's been terrible, that everybody has to cut back in the bad economy. At least it's nice that you can come somewhere and enjoy the night, not think about, what's going on in the world right now.
It gets a bit noisy when pyrotechnicians from Garden State Fireworks prep for a show. The company, run by the Santori family, presents high-tech spectaculars nationwide. The Santoris are one of the last remaining fireworks families in the country. Although they still manufacture shells in their Millington plant, they have started using some imports.
And it's just sort of a dying art. It's really tough to keep that tradition, that science alive when knowing that what we manufacture is 10 times the cost of what you could import. But we have to have our flavor, our signature.
Christopher selects the songs for the family's musical blowouts, including 2 coming up in Red Bank and Jersey City. Setting fireworks to music can be as complicated as scripting a film.
Where I can find that vibe, where I'm bringing the audience on this roller coaster. In this 2.5 minutes, where are we going? What's going to happen? Where I'll just be, sometimes just hear some popular music on the radio and say, that is a perfect song for fireworks. So you start to compile what will be your whole soundtrack. And I see these spikes in the music, and I know that that's a beat, and now I'm listening and I'm saying, I really want to hit that beat.
Ground control for the computerized show is a tent with a laptop, which generates all the light and sound in a relatively self-explanatory way.
Internal fuse burns a certain prescribed length to reach a certain height at a certain time. A capacitive discharge into an electric match. Position 1, Q1, at X time. It's something that we're constantly researching, developing, and innovating and creating unique effects. And it's a great feeling that you can get the audience to just erupt as if you were done, and maybe you're only in song 2.
What's your favorite part
Of the fireworks?
of fireworks shows? Yeah.
The ending.
Like
Finale.